Hello, Randolph. Hello, Boston, and hello, South Shore. My name is Janelle Stevens, and I'm a real estate agent with eXp Realty. I am so happy to be here today to continue the series that I've started, the 11 Steps to Selling Your Home. First was just an introduction, me talking to you about who I am and just telling you about the steps. Second step was finding the right realtor. Today, the third in the series, which is the second step, we're going to be talking about selling your home. I'm sorry, preparing your home to sell. So, preparing your home for sale is just quite simple. What I do when I talk to my client about preparing your home to sell is just basically we want to make sure that your home is seen in the best possible light. So here's what I do. I go in, and this is not about, I tell people, this is not about talking about your housekeeping or any of that stuff. All I want to do is go in and I want to make sure your house. So I'll go in and I'll talk to you about the decluttering process. And I actually do a class, decluttering class. So if you want information about that, you can always reach out to me. My number is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Or you can go to my website, Janelle Stevens. My name is right there, janellestevens.com, and reach out to me from that area as well. But I come in and I talk to people about decluttering. You want to make sure that you get rid of all your personal items that are in the home so that when someone walk in, they can see themselves in the home and they can see their items. All too often, I've seen pictures on the walls and people are paying attention to the pictures and not the home. And, so then they leave and they're like, wait a minute, I don't remember all the details of that home because they're paying attention to your personal items. So you want to declutter as much as possible, get rid of your personal items. Sometimes you're like, well, where am I going to put these items? If you have a basement, you can put them in boxes and put them in the basement. Or you can hire or rent a pod and put that in your driveway. And, as you're decluttering, you put the stuff in boxes and then you put them out. One of the things that I say to people is start with your smallest room. Get rid of all the things, throw away all the stuff that's expired. I know I've had a lot of stuff in my closet, my medicine cabinet, or my bathroom closet that I needed to get rid of. So go in and take care of that and just put away the things that you're not using right now and box them up. Then you go to your kitchen. I say get rid of all the extra pots and pans and plates and cups and all of that stuff. If there's four in a family, you put four plates, four forks, four knives, four cups, and just put them there and just pack everything up. And then now that the kitchen is all packed up, pots, you don't need to keep all of them. Keep a pot, a small pot, a big pot, and a frying pan, and put everything else away. Um, then after you're finished with that, there's any painting. So now you have the place cleaned out. If there's any painting that has to be done to kind of touch up what was behind the table that couldn't be seen, make the place look nice and fresh. And so those are the things that I say right off the back that I'd say do declutter and painting to make the place look fresh, right? Then your landscaping. When someone comes to your home, the first thing they see is the front of the house. And if they go into the yard, I bought my house based on my yard and how I love the yard. So you want to make sure your landscaping is done. Keep the grass cut nice and low. If you don't have any flowers or shrubs in the front, just get a couple, flowers or shrubs and just put them in the front. It helps to add character for the house, for the landscaping for the house. So decluttering, getting a pod to put your things in if you need a place to put it, if you can't put it in your basement. Painting, light painting to make sure the place is nice and spruced up. The front of your home, landscaping, work that needs to be done. I would say no major work unless it is absolutely required. If your roof is leaking, if your roof is old and it's not leaking, leave it. When you price, you could say to them, I priced the house based on knowing that the roof needs to be redone. And at the end, if they want to negotiate, we can work on that. That's where my negotiation skills comes in, working in your favor. So we can work on that. I also say I had a previous transaction where I was on the sell side as well as the buy side. And the seller decided to do everything. I kept saying, I'd like to get in to be able to advise, but they decided they were going to make all these changes. They changed the flooring, they changed the bathrooms. I thought it looked really, really nice, but the new buyer went in and she's like, oh, I don't like these floors. So they spent all this money and all this time putting in new flooring, and the new buyers didn't like them. They took out, they had an older, it was like a master bathroom, nice and spacious. And when I saw it initially before they fixed it, it was nice. It was clean. It just needed to be cleaned. It was old fashioned, but it just needed to be, cleaned up. And that's it. And it was actually already clean. They just needed to just wipe it down and make sure it looked really fresh that day. They decided they were going to redo it and put brand new everything. And they put a stand up shower, and the space was nice. But the new buyers went in and they were like, oh no, we want a tub. So again, leaving the items and let people personalize certain things, because the money they spent, they did not recoup it. They probably came out just the same. So if they spent 50,000, they probably made that $50,000 back, but they didn't make any large amounts of money. So it wasn't worth it for them to make all those changes. So I would say to you, get your realtor in there early to be able to help you to make some of those decisions. If you have any other questions, please feel free to give me a call. Thank you.